everyone, how are you doing? It's KONUL here with you today, and today I just wanted to do a casual chat with all of you and share with you my personal experience on how I started my journey of eating healthy. Now, it was a big challenge at the beginning. I struggled a lot because it was a little bit hard to find something healthy to eat, especially when you live in Canada and you're a student and you don't have time to make food and you're forced to go to the food court or anything, and majority of the food court options weren't so healthy. It would become a challenge, and you stayed up late, you were studying and working on projects, so it was really frustrating at the beginning. But down the road it became kind of habit. So those little things that I did, they helped me a lot to survive throughout my university life. But the thing is, unfortunately, I did not start my journey that far back. I started only 3 years ago, which was my last year of university, and since then I've been working hard on it, and I honestly saw lots of changes in myself, in my health, in my skin and everything, and honestly I feel great that I made that change, and I'm gonna share with you today how I did it. Back in the days I used to eat unhealthy food, but thing is, no matter how unhealthy it would be, it was never burgers, it was never fast food like McDonald's, it was never Burger King, it was never any of those things. I just ate lots of subs or Chinese food, which I loved, or Italian food, which was thick with pasta and everything, and it was delicious. Yes, of course, who denies it? It's amazing, but it was doing a lot of damage to me because I wasn't so active, because I was studying all the time, and during my student time, during my university life, it was really hectic because back in university I had no time. I was involved in extracurricular activities. I had projects, I had lectures to go, I had my social life, which was not so social because it was very limited time, and because I was getting so frustrated, and on top of all of that I was also working, it was getting a little bit frustrating. So you would eat whatever was easiest and fastest that you could grab. I didn't have time to make the food, to pack my lunch, to pack some snacks, so whatever I could find that had the less lineup, that's what I usually went to. But even then I tried as much as I could to keep it healthy. But thing is, in the fast food chain, whatever you think is healthy, it's not really that healthy because they have sauces, they have the way they cook it and the oils and everything, so it kind of became very unhealthy in the long run, even though in your subconscious you would think oh yeah, I'm having veggies, but really they're dipped in a sauce and you're like, oh yeah, it's healthy, but the sauce is not so healthy. So for that reason I decided 3 years ago that that's it, I had enough and I do not like my body. So I started working on it. Even then it was still hard because I had my cravings. So as a woman, we all have our cravings. Well, as human beings we all have cravings, not only women, but women tend to have a lot worse, kind of. And whenever I had my cravings, I would give in to my cravings. And then I noticed I was giving in too much, so I started cutting down on that. And I made sure I did not make it a habit of having the cravings. Nowadays I have cravings for much healthier options. Like right now I cannot find kale salad here, and I'm having cravings for kale. And some of the nutritionists that I read and the fitness coaches that I went through, I noticed that they would give in to their cravings, but they would control it. So they would control the portion size, they would control how frequently they have it. So make sure you keep those in mind. So portion size and frequency is key. If you see you're having a little bit too much, or if you see you're having a little bit too often, then that's not a craving, that's kind of becoming a habit. So you gotta stop yourself and fix it. You gotta fix it or you're gonna regret it, because everything else that you do to attain that healthy lifestyle is going down the drain. Now, what does it really mean to eat healthy? Eating healthy means, first of all, adding more real food to your diet, such as vegetables, fruits, whole grains. Just make sure you add them and get rid of the processed canned food. that's really bad. That's a big no-no for your body. Healthy eating is not dieting. Now keep that in mind, it is not dieting. So if you want to diet, that's different, but I wouldn't personally suggest anyone to diet because it's not really that great for your body either, because you would gain that weight back once you get off that diet. It's better to incorporate a healthy eating meal. I didn't know this till like a year or year and a half ago when I was training really hard. It was my pre-wedding training that I was doing, and I was like really aiming to lose some weight in certain parts. Well, not really lose it, but more of like tone it. And when I was toning my obliques, my personal trainer, he told me that if you really want to tone your core, then you actually have to make sure you eat healthy, because you train your core in the kitchen. So whatever you eat in the kitchen, it affects your core. So if you want to lose that baby over there, then hey, you gotta train really hard in the kitchen and then in the gym. The thing is, sometimes people would say, how do I eat healthy? Like where do I begin really? And because the health industry, it's so wide with all the research that it has done, and with so many sources, so many food groups that we have that are rich in many nutrients, many vitamins, many minerals, it gets a little bit frustrating and confusing. But the thing is, it's very simple. You just gotta start with basics, and down the road you will implement those complex looking things into your diet, which are not really that complex. And so for that exact reason, you have to balance what you eat. So make sure you have a bit of every single food group, but also keep in mind, while you have those, make sure you reduce the white sugar. Use another sources of sweetener like agave, like I don't know, stevia as your sweetener, or maple syrup. Just use anything but white sugar to reduce sodium, which is salt, and the fat, because it's not really great for you. You don't gain anything from fat. One of the key things when you start eating healthy is practicing moderation. Now, you have to make sure you eat when you're hungry only. So if you just feel like munching on something because you're just bored, then I would suggest to go for a snack of fruits or veggies, or a little bit almonds, or like any nuts, really, whatever you prefer. But don't go and stuff yourself with food, because that's not a great way of eating healthy, because your body is not really hungry and it's hard for it to digest it. Eat when you're hungry, and it's suggested usually to eat 5 times a day. That's the ideal way of eating, and also increasing your metabolism. Kind of gotta challenge yourself, challenge your will. So what I did, I made announcement kind of to my close friends, to my family who I lived with, and within my social media as well, that I'm kind of starting the healthy habit. So I kind of started posting healthy food. So every time when I had a meal, I would take a picture of it and post it. Now, majority of us does that, but I tried to make sure it's as healthy and as colorful as it could be, because if I did not make it healthy, then I would be judged by my friends, because they will be like, you're not a good role model. You told us that you will be eating healthy, but you're not really doing that. So for that exact reason, I made a dedication, I made a promise actually to my close ones and to my social media. And with that, I kind of challenged myself, and it pushed me. It really worked. So if you really want to start it and you see that you're having a hard time, you're slacking here and there, then go ahead and do that, because it's really helpful. Now, how to make it a habit? Really, I personally started as slow, so I started little by little. I did not shower myself with like all the salads and everything, all the grains and all. So don't try to change everything at once when you first started, because it will become frustrating. Start baby steps and it will become easier down the road. When I started also eating healthy, I decided to make a goal a day for me. Now, I did work out during that time when I first started, so it was one of the elements that was pushing me to be healthy. So for that exact reason, I made a goal of having one fruit or one vegetable or one healthy meal a day. Last key things that actually saved me and incorporated this healthy eating long term, like permanently, like that's it, like I'm eating healthy and that's it. Even my husband sometimes makes fun of me. He'll be like, oh, you know, like you're so much into healthy. And like even my husband, he knows that if I want something, he will just go buy me fruits or anything. And he saw how I would munch on raw broccoli with nothing, and he's like, you're really loving that? And kind of like I noticed like he's getting into it too. Like he'll see me munch on my broccoli and he'll be like, oh okay, let me see, and like I'll see like he's just grabbing it and munching it with me. So it's like kind of like, you know, when you incorporate healthy eating, everyone around you will see you eat healthy and they will be motivated to do the same. And in order to do that, make sure you set long-term goals as well. One of my long-term meals was to join some kind of a community challenge. And right before my wedding, I got this green smoothie challenge. I personally suggest it to anyone. If you're a beginner and if you just already started and you already made a habit of something and you already made your little goals and you're looking for that long-term goal, I would suggest to do that green smoothie challenge, because you will notice how it cleanses your body. You will see instant energy boost, you will see instant glow on your skin, you will see how alert you are, and you'll feel great. I really suggest anyone to do this challenge or any challenge of this sort, or just incorporate a meal if you don't want to really do the challenge, but do something for the long term as well, so that becomes a permanent lifestyle for you. You have to learn to listen to your body. Your body will tell you what it likes, your body will tell you what it doesn't like. So listen to your body and do what's good for your overall health. And thing is, if you do it for yourself, your loved ones will do it as well. So stay healthy, eat healthy, and subscribe to my channel for more healthy tips from me. Bye.